In this video, we explain which sample rate and bit depth are best to use for your recordings. The sample rate is the number of digital samples taken per second from an audio signal when recording, and then used to recreate that signal on playback. For example, at a sample rate of 44.1 kHz, the signal is captured 44,100 times a second, and at a sample rate of 96 kHz, the signal is captured 96,000 times a second. A higher sample rate equals a higher resolution and a wider frequency response. However, more disk space and processing power is also needed. Volt supports sample rates of 44.1, 48, 88.2, 96, 176.4, and 192 kHz. 44.1 kHz is the most common sample rate for CDs and digital audio, while 48 kHz is common for film. You can get great quality recordings through Volt at any sample rate. However, a common practice is to record at twice the sample rate of the final audio file. For example, if the final audio file will be exported at 44.1 kHz, try recording at 88.2 kHz. Using double the sample rate of the end product gives you the benefit of higher resolution when processing the signal with effects plugins in your DAW, and also lower latency when monitoring input signals through the DAW. Bit depth defines the dynamic range, or the difference between the quietest point and the loudest point available for the digital audio signal. 16-bit audio has a dynamic range of 96 dB, while 24-bit audio has a dynamic range of 144 dB. A higher dynamic range means that louder signals can be recorded and played back without distortion or clipping, while also lowering the noise floor. Volt's converters always use 24-bit. However, you will see a bit depth setting in some DAWs. This setting determines the bit depth of the recorded audio files. However, it does not affect the headroom of Volt's converters while recording. Using a higher bit depth in your DAW also leads to a lower noise floor and more headroom. Often, you will have an option for 32-bit float internal processing. This results in a dynamic range of 1,528 dB, which is way beyond the possible volume of any sound, let alone the dynamic range of human hearing. While this may seem impractical, the benefit is virtually limitless headroom. 32-bit processing makes it impossible to clip a channel in your DAW by applying too much gain to the channel through plugins or the channel fader. However, it is important to note that it is still possible to get clipping or distortion when using plugins with modeled input and output stages, such as preamps or tape machines. While 32-bit float means that pushing individual channel meters into the red will not cause clipping or distortion, it's still important to make sure that your master channel is not clipping, as that can result in distortion when the signal is reproduced by Volt's 24-bit converters. When exporting an audio signal from the DAW, you will have the option to choose the bit depth. If you are exporting a file for use on an audio CD, you will generally want to select 16-bit. For most other media formats, 24-bit can be used.